the event rather than become witness, because it has come to our knowledge that when
Committee
become
on
witness, they
Drugs.
don't really come. And so the prosecution fails in its prosecution. That's the essence of this bill. Prohibit because letting these media practitioners covering drug bust operation, any operations, from becoming witnesses, actual witnesses in the case that has been filed. That is in the essence, Chairman. Thank you.
Thank you, Kong Maximo Rodriguez. For House Bill number 4719, amending Section 21 of RA 9165 by removing the requirement for the presence of a representative of the National Prosecution Service during anti-drug operations. Again, by Representatives Rufus B. Rodriguez and Maximo B. Rodriguez. Sir?
We think that with this bill 4719, we free the National Prosecution Service from more duties by just being present during anti-drug operations. And so this should be more on prosecution than being witness to the, because there are only a few, Chairman, there are so many. So we unload them from this requirement and then concentrate on the prosecution itself. That in the essence is the bill of 4719. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you, Kong Maxi. And House Bill number 4721, an act instituting the Comprehensive Dangerous Drugs Act, repealing Public Act number 6425. Again, by Representative Rufus B. Rodriguez and Maximo Rodriguez. Sir?
This last bill 4721 prescribes a higher penalty imposed on those done in a calamity, pandemic or epidemic, or in a state of calamity, because you take advantage of the situation, and therefore we request that the sentence should be elevated 1 degree higher by the judge having these cases. It just emphasizes that the need of a stronger law when it comes to a state of calamity in the country, a pandemic or epidemic, so that they will not take advantage of the situation. That's in the essence the bill 4721, Your Honor, Chairman. Thank you.
Thank you, Congressman Maximo Rodriguez of Abamin Party List. I'd like to acknowledge the presence of Vice Chairperson Joseph Jojo Lara of the 3rd District of Cagayan and Representative Bernadette Barbres of the 2nd District of Surigao, also our Vice Chairperson. Okay, the COMSEC would like to acknowledge the presence also of additional guests.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. From the Department of the Interior and Local Government, Attorney David Rafael Monsalud, and from United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime, Ms. Sheila R. Marquez. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, COMSEC. We now go to House Bill number 910, an act creating anti-drug abuse councils in all provinces, cities, municipalities, and barangays throughout the country and providing funds therefore, authored by the Honorable Bernadette S. Barbers of the 2nd District of Surigao.
Good morning, Mr. Chair. For House Bill 910, an act creating anti-drug abuse councils throughout the country, I just want to stress that HB 910, this is a committee report filed in the last Congress and a product of extensive deliberations in the committee. Let the explanatory notes of House Bills numbers 910 serve as my sponsorship speech. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Congresswoman Barbers. For House Bill number 918, an act mandating incineration facilities including crematoriums to render free services for the prompt destruction of dangerous drugs seized during anti-illegal drug operations, also authored by the Honorable Barbers.
Just the same, let HB 910, this is also filed in the last Congress, and let the explanatory notes of the House Bill 918 serve as my sponsorship speech. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Congresswoman Barbers. And lastly, House Bill number 921, an act promoting the speedy disposition of drug cases by creating a special court to be known as the Dangerous Drugs Court in every city and province nationwide and appropriating funds therefore. Also by the Honorable Bernadette Barbers of the 2nd District of Surigao del Norte.
For House Bill number 921, an act promoting the speedy disposition of drug cases by creating a special court to be known as the Dangerous Drugs Court, serve as my sponsorship speech. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Congresswoman Barbers. Now move to House Bill number 371, an act strengthening drug prevention and control, amending for the purpose Public Act 9165, known as the Comprehensive Dangerous Drugs Act of 2002, authored by the Honorable Richard Gomez of the 4th District of Leyte. House Bill number 371, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. For House Bill 371, in the last Congress, we've taken this up, Comprehensive Drugs of 2002. We have taken this up extensively in the last Congress. And just like today, I was talking to Yusek Andres and Secretary Valenzuela. There are updates that need to be taken up. So maybe we can make this part of our discussion to update the Dangerous Drugs Act of 2002. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Representative Richard Gomez. Also for House Bill number 5468, an act mandating all local government units with seaports to establish and maintain canine teams for anti-drug enforcement. Also by the Honorable Richard Gomez of the 4th District of Leyte.
Thank you again, Mr. Chair, ladies and gentlemen, colleagues. House Bill number 5468, a measure that strengthens our fight against illegal drugs by empowering our local government units to secure one of the most vulnerable gateways of drug traffic in our country, which is our seaports. Despite our sustained national campaign against illegal drugs, the threat remains one of the most significant challenges to our national security, public health, and social stability. The illegal drug trade continues to inflict deep wounds on our society, eroding social order, fueling criminality, breaking apart families, and weakening our people's trust in public institutions. Our country's archipelagic nature, with thousands of kilometers of coastline and numerous entry points, gives way to unique vulnerabilities. Seaports in particular, Mr. Chair, have become high-risk areas for drug smuggling because of the sheer volume of goods that pass through these gateways every day and the complexity of maritime operations. While national law enforcement agencies guard major ports, smaller or municipal seaports remain underserved, and it is precisely these gaps that traffickers exploit. I know that very well. We have so much of that in our province in Leyte. Now, House Bill 5468 mandates all LGUs with seaports to establish and maintain their own canine teams specially trained for drug detection and interdiction, Mr. Chair. Drug sniffing dogs are amongst the most effective tools in modern anti-drug operations. These highly trained canine units can detect illegal substances concealed in cargo, vehicles, luggage, and even within modified compartments designed to evade human inspection. The presence of canine teams in our seaports will not only enhance our detection capabilities, but will also serve as a strong deterrent against drug traffickers who often exploit weak or unmonitored local ports. The local government units are the first line of defense in protecting their communities When we empower our LGUs with the proper tools and training, we empower them to save lives, protect families, and keep illegal drugs from ever reaching our streets. Mr. Chair, by intercepting drugs at the very entry point, we protect our communities from the destructive effects of illegal drugs. This prevention in its most effective form. In view of the foregoing, Mr. Chair, I respectfully ask my colleagues for their full support for the approval of House Bill 5468. Daghang kayong salamat, Mr. Chair.
Salamat, Congressman Richard Gomez. For House Bill number 5092, authored by Representative Chino Almario.
Mr. Chair.
Congressman Lara.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. As a representation for Congressman Chino Miguel Almario, I do manifest for House Bill number 5092, an act establishing regional offices and provincial offices of the Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency, amending for the purpose Republic Act number 9165, otherwise known as the Comprehensive Dangerous Drugs Act of 2002, as amended and appropriating funds therefore. I manifest to adopt the explanatory note as his sponsorship speech, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Congressman Lara. I'd like to acknowledge the presence of Representative King George Leandro Antonio Colliantes of the 3rd District of Batangas. Thank you, sir. Also, Director Cesar Solis of the Bucor and Dr. Adriano Suban of the Department of Health. Sir, thank you. Now we'd like to hear the comments of our resource persons on the bills amending portions or sections of RA 9165. May we now hear from DOJ, Yusek Andres, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Before I go into the particular details with respect to the House bills, may I be allowed just to present a situationer that also prompted the Department of Justice to consult stakeholders in relation to the possible amendments to the dangerous drugs law?
Go ahead, sir.
Well, it is a known fact that in 2019, Iceland, a member of the United Nations, filed a resolution to put the Philippines under the Human Rights Watch of the UN. And this prompted the creation of the United Nations Joint Program for Human Rights. This program already ended in 2025. But the good aspect of the UNJP program is that we were able to tap the stakeholders involved in the UNJP program to develop policies that will be used moving forward, coming from our experience. And from the UNJP program, there were 6 subcommittees formed, and one of the subcommittees formed is a subcommittee on human rights-based approach to drug control. So we took advantage of the many stakeholders already organized under the UNJP program, and we formulated through the cooperation of the DOJ, the Dangerous Drugs Board, the United Nations Office of Drugs and Crime, all other UP Institute for Human Rights, a law reform and drug summit. This was conducted in 2024, and a multi-stakeholder consultation was done involving 11 regions and more than 400 stakeholders. And we wanted to share with this committee the findings, the evidence-based findings from the grassroots that would be very valuable for this committee to be informed of, so that we can craft policies based on evidence coming from the ground. So later on, if it is possible, we will ask for a technical working group so as not to bother the committee itself, or a technical working group to receive all of these insights coming from the Law Reform Drug Summit. And this is under the auspices of the UP Institute for Human Rights.
Okay, Yusek Andres, yung output ng summit nyo, does it have anything to do with any of
Okay
the 11
guys,
bills
wala
that
naman
are
tong
pending
hearing,
before us?
kundi ano
Yes,
lang
it
to.
covers practically all
Pasinda.
Okay.
of the
Yung
subject
mga ano
bills.
nila, mga
And that
bills.
is why I find it
Thanks
very
for
important
watching.
for the TWG to be